How's it going, everyone? It's me, Whiplashthesnake here, and just before we get into this main review today, I'd just like to make a small announcement real quick. You guys remember that giant list that we have in the description of every single one of these videos that tell you guys who is going to be in the future YouTuber reviews? Well, that's gone, and I've replaced it with something that I think is a bit better. Instead, I've created a large Google document full of every single past review and every future possible review, and just have them listed there. That way you'll be able to see the person, see their score, go straight to their channel, and straight to the video all in one place. And yes, don't worry, I've done this for mini reviews as well. Also, no longer will you have to worry about your suggestions getting lost in a sea of comments. You can now leave them directly on this Google Docs page, and I can look at them directly. No, this is not a place to volunteer for mini reviews. But yeah, I will be updating and checking that page quite often, so make sure you go ahead and check it out. I do hope that you guys like the new system there. The link is down below, and I've wasted enough of your time. Let's get into the video. Hello one and all, and welcome to Mini YouTuber Reviews, a series that's completely dedicated to you guys, the fans of this show. And the rules to take part are very simple. All you have to do is leave a comment down below saying you want to be reviewed, and be sure to be subscribed to the channel. And boom, you're done, you are entered. Just keep in mind, you will be graded just as a larger YouTuber would be graded, so make sure you're ready before you enter. That being said, this week's participants have already been selected, so let's get into it. Up first, we have a channel by the name of AC139, and let's just get the AC130 joke out of the way real quick. Bam, there's an airplane. You know, just out of curiosity, I googled AC139 as well, and things got just a little bit interesting. But going back on track, according to AC139's About page, he joined the wonderful website known as YouTube on September 30th, 2012. As far as his description goes, it says that he makes GTA and death metal videos, as well as mentioning his other channels, which we will get to in a bit, his social media, his Xbox Live gamertag, and of course his equipment. And despite having been on YouTube for about 4 years now, he's only managed to gain himself 56 subscribers. I mean, I don't understand it, better like this screams quality to me. But going back to the before mentioned other channels, he does have 2 extra ones by the name of AC139 Archive and AC139 Clips. And both of these channels currently sit with absolutely no content on them, and together have amassed a collective 1 subscriber. Fucking beautiful. Now you guys know that I try and give everyone on here a fair chance when doing these main reviews, but going through these videos, quite a few red flags start to go off. Especially when we notice the many Roblox videos. But you know, alright, I've been pleasantly surprised by these types of channels in the past, okay? I'll give them a chance, alright? Let's go ahead, let's take a look at what his first video is. And that video itself just so happens to be one by the name of Minecraft SM1. Not my first video, I mean, it's the first video on your channel, so that's all I gotta go on. I'm sorry, mate. Okay, where to start? Okay, I'll give him this. The video itself is innocent enough, and at least he cut it so that it moved. You know, instead of just moving it on camera and having it be a raw video clip. But forgive me if what's the point if he had the house and he tore it down and broke it apart, and at the end he looks pretty fucking happy about it. Fucking look at him. But you know, I'm not gonna harp on that too long. I mean, that's the only type of video like that on his channel, so it's not much to base anything on. I mean, hell, it was one stop motion video. Meanwhile, the rest of his channel seems to be let's plays, and even still it seems to be moving on to more commentary videos, it looks like at first glance. And I say first glance because when I went to go check out that death metal versus screamo video that he advertised so prominently in his description, I initially thought it was going to be a commentary of him explaining and educating us on the 2 genres. Nope, what was there was just black text with absolutely no speaking or music, followed by music videos of very much so copyrighted music that if I were to play any of it here would likely get my channel shut down in seconds. I'm not kidding, most of this video is just mashed together music videos for long periods of time. So commentating's out the door, and I guess what we're left with now is gaming, and apparently what he does on his channel now, GTA 5 gaming. And yes, for the rest of his review, that's all I'm gonna really talk about. I'm not gonna talk about his newest video, which, to be completely frank, was an 8-second clip from The Simpsons that he's hoping that people will be looking up trying to find that one line so they can meme it. So his gaming videos, what can we say about them? Well, in a way they kind of boil down to the same exact things that we said in his first video. Yes, they're edited, yes, they're not a raw video clip, but just that alone doesn't make it a good video. That's where I think he messes up on his channel. Yes, there's a little bit of work put into these videos, but in the end, they miss on that all-important part of being entertaining. He even has a GTA movie on his channel that, when I went to go watch, was devoid of any sound whatsoever. I mean, there was nothing. No speaking, no game audio, no fucking music, nothing. Nothing was there. Look, again, I try to be fair with channels, but this is something I can't defend. It's bad. It needs a lot more work. Invest in a microphone, practice some commentary sometimes, and you'll improve. Editing together some clips and throwing some music in every so often, it's not going to be enough. Unfortunately, for now, I will be having to give AC-139 a 2 out of 10, avoid them at all costs. Up next, we have a channel by the name of Kaneitus, a channel whose entire mascot seems to be a black cat. Which, yes, just seeing that mascot immediately started making me think of hackers, which surprisingly in this case was quite accurate, at least in the sense of him hacking off a kind Ale War's eyes, then proceeding to attach him to a top hat with a bit of glue. But back on topic, Kaneitus joined the wonderful site that is known as YouTube on June 3rd, 2016, and as far as the description goes, well, it's as bare bones as you can get. And although he's pretty new to the website, he still gained himself 43 subscribers. So what type of videos does he make? Well, we can see that the apple doesn't land far from the tree as far as his character's ripoff goes, as yes, again, he is a commentary channel, and along with it, only the most trending of topics available. We got Nightcore, we've got ASMR, we've got Kill It With Fire. I'm sure you guys at this point already really know what to expect. I mean, it's a commentary channel, there's a million of these. They all pretty much follow the same format. All that matters is really how they present themselves and what makes them unique. So what gives that unique aspect to Kaneitus' channel? Well, I guess there's no better way to find out than jumping right in, so let's take a look at his first video, which just so happens to be— oh god, no!
Number 4, Carl, just cause he's a cichlid. Number 3, Stuart, to be real, was just Carl with a haircut, that's all.
Okay, so it was a joke. It was a joke. Okay, guys, come back, guys. It's okay. It was a joke. The suicide is no longer necessary. I mean, it was as good as it could have been for a video about listing the top 5 minions. The character moved around quite nice, and the editing was good. Speech was slurred to that I want to kill myself perfection, and sarcasm and entertainment value were pretty high. So I'm pretty impressed so far. Let's see what else he got here on this channel. Well, the rest of it honestly can be summed up as trending topics and subjects that you've probably already seen by 20 other people, while at the same time not really saying much new than what's already been said 100 times by 100 other people. But I guess that's just the area that the commentary community kind of is. Your video comes out too late for the topic, or you just see a few other people's videos first, well, you just kind of end up rehashing the same things. Still, that doesn't make the content bad, that just means that the topic itself is bad. That's why you have to look for original stuff, which surprisingly in Kaneitus' case he actually has done. He's actually brought up some different topics that isn't just the things that everyone's talking about at the moment. Coming out with topics such as dabbing, which I know not a lot of people at all have made topics about, at least commentary-wise, and then face reveals, which is, yes, talked about, but not on a very high scale. This allows him to say things that haven't really been said yet, or at least in this case, pummeled into the ground by 1,000 other commentary channels. And another thing that separates him from those commentary channels that people may miss, because being buried in those extremely popular topics that everyone's talking about, people miss him, is that his videos are extremely well edited. There's a lot of work work in them. There's a lot of fast cuts, his character moves around all over the place, there's even animations here and there, and ultimately it's scripted and put together extremely well. Hell, the only thing that really struck out at me as a bad for his channel was his microphone, but that can be fixed by just him buying a new one. By the way, please do so, it's kind of bad. But to show you guys what I mean about his channel, we're just gonna go ahead and take a look at his newest video, Nightcore Remixes.
Nightcore Remixes. I don't want to explain it to you, so you can just hear this one. Lately, I've been losing sleep. I'm sorry to interrupt this beautiful piece of artwork, but this is just counting stars by One Republic sped up. It's so stupid.
Seriously, the video is good. It's put together extremely well. The only negatives are his voice and the tone that he uses a lot when he's talking. You know, just add a little bit more pep when you're talking instead of just the boring monotone. Just fix those few things and I'm sure the channel will be, it'll be an amazing channel, I'm sure. It'll definitely be a subscribe level. Because even though he does upload infrequently, when he does upload it is a treat. That being said, guys, I am going to have to give Kaneitus here a very high 8 out of 10. Definitely go and check him out. Up next, we have a channel by the name of Auncro. Yes, yet another black-hatted channel. Just minus the googly eyes, okay? We're going back to simpler times here. According to his about page, he joined the wonderful website that is known as the YouTubes on September 1st, 2014. And as far as his description goes, it reveals that he's a reviewer on different forms of media, such as movies, music, TV shows, video games, YouTube, etc. We'll get into that more in just a bit. Then also goes on to describe that his favorite movie of all time is One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and that the black beanie that we saw before was actually the black beanie that McMurphy wears in the movie. The more you know. And over the 2 years that Onkro has been on this website, he actually has gained himself a pretty decent following. I mean, 2,000 subs, that's definitely not too bad. And the reason for all those subscribers is pretty easy to tell once we go to his videos, because one of them absolutely blew up. That one video in particular being Quentin Tarantino reviews Taxi Driver. And at this point you may be asking yourself, holy shit, is this Quentin Tarantino's YouTube channel? Is it some guy that impersonates Quentin Tarantino? Well, I'm not sure. Well, no, actually, he kind of just ripped some audio from a Quentin Tarantino interview and then played it with some looping shots of the movie. You think I'm skimming you? No, I'm being absolutely serious here. It's the same 1 minute 12-second clip just looped over and over throughout the entire video with Quentin Tarantino's ripped audio sitting in the background. Genuinely, I'm not kidding you here. Just take a look. This is his first video.
Not only is this, unarguably one of the greatest movies ever made, definitely, absolutely, positively, unarguably one of the greatest movies of the 70s, if not the greatest.
That's it. That's really it. It's just a looping video with Quentin Tarantino in the background. That's all it is. There's nothing special to the video. It takes zero effort. It fucking blew up though, so there's that, I guess. Also, I'd just like to mention real quick, it isn't monetized. Okay, there's that at least. He didn't monetize this video. He didn't steal money from it. Though it still doesn't help that the next two videos that he uploaded were still kind of the same nature, with another one being another Tarantino interview, and then Joe Pesci saying fuck a lot. However, after those videos, things actually started to change on his channel, and he actually started uploading his original content instead of just ripping things off. Though still, most of the video topics have been stuck exclusively to movies instead of all the things that, we read in his description. Video games, TV shows, YouTube, music, all that stuff, still nothing really. Well, at least unless you count you reposted in the wrong Pulp Fiction as covering music. Really, I don't think there's anything wrong with him just covering movies. It's a pretty good topic. I mean, movies are interesting. There's a lot to talk about with them. Especially when talking about topics like certain movies, certain directors, and what goes into actually making a movie, aka in this case, storyboarding. And especially how he talks about them in his videos. It's actually extremely good. He seems to know exactly what he's talking about. Points out things that you may not have noticed in classic movies. Just like he did in this video, pointing out that they changed aspects aspect ratios for the movie just to fit the time frames that the movie's taking place in. The editing is great, has fast cuts and jokes to keep your attention, and generally the videos are really high quality and well researched. And to show you what I mean, let's take a look at his newest video, Movies Imitating Theater.
Since the film is essentially a story within a story within a story in a book, Wes Anderson gets the excuse of doing basically anything without it seeming weird. For example, the light changes multiple times while a scene is playing out to change the emotion of that scene. Not between cuts, but we literally see the light changing.
Really, it's an excellent video, and if you're interested in film at all, I highly have to recommend this channel, and definitely go ahead and check out their videos. Just don't expect frequent uploads, because, you know, he uploads once a month. And with that being said, I am going to have to give Auncro an 8.5 out of 10. Definitely go and check him out. Up next, we have a channel by the name of Cinetic, aka the Required Animation channel, and he joined the wonderful YouTubes on January 27th, 2009. And unfortunately, over that time, he has not gained that many subscribers. I mean, 338 is not bad, but it's not many. Though he didn't start uploading until about 5 months ago, so I guess that's pretty good. But as you can likely tell just by looking through his videos here, there's something off about this animation channel. It's definitely not like any of them that we've looked at yet. This one's pretty unique. Yeah, we got some Game Grumps animated, and of course we have some speed draws, but wait, what? Is that Keemstar? Yeah, this channel isn't about life stories like we've seen before with other animation channels. No, this is a channel that's completely dedicated to creating his own cartoons, often covering things that are extremely popular at the time, like the Samsung explosions or Doctor Strange, and making movie parodies. Hell, even the very first video on his channel was an animated review of the game known as Inside. So here, let's go ahead and take a quick look at it.
Hey guys, it's DRK Prodigy, aka Cinetic version 2, and I'm in quite the predicament here. Actually, it reminds me of this game I just played. Why don't you guys check that out while I try not to get murdered?
Yeah, it was basically just him reviewing the video game and showing clips of it with animations thrown in here and there, but that's pretty unique to video game reviews. Not many people do that. Unfortunately, this is the only review on his channel, though that doesn't mean he won't do more in the future. It's just probably unlikely at this point. However, what he does have, and I don't really see him changing anytime soon, is his animated parodies and social commentaries, or cartoons. I mean, to say the least, these cartoons are pretty fucking impressive. I mean, the movement in them is minimalistic, and the movements that are there are a bit choppy every now and again, but there definitely is a lot of detail and color put into these videos. I'm not kidding, sometimes there's so much detail it's genuinely frightening. But it's definitely clear from the moment you start watching these animations that a ton of work and effort was put into actually making that. And on the animation side, I can't really fault him, and I'm sure that he'll continue to improve from here on out. However, for now, something that I can fault him on, and is something that can easily be improved by just buying a different microphone, is the audio quality. Seriously, in some of the animations, it's downright awful.
To prevent 4 kids from syndication.
To denounce the evils of inferior subs.
To make AMVs the sounds that wow.
And hell, even on videos where the microphone actually sounds fine, I have to turn the volume up on my computer all the way so I can actually hear him. Although in that case, it's normally just him having the music way too high, and it's hard to hear his voice over it. What I'm saying here is just tweak the levels a little bit and I'm sure it'll be fine. But because his newest video is a speed draw, I'm not going to show you the newest video because that doesn't really give you a good representation of his channel or his animations. So instead I'm going to show you his last animated video, which just so happens to be Keemstar animated. I'm fast as fuck, boy!
Today I'm glad to be standing here with the gold medal recipient. Do you have anything you'd like to share with the world? I'm fast as fuck, boy!
Yeah, I'm sure from that alone you could probably tell what I was meaning about the audio. I mean, Keemstar's Twitter video was much clearer than the announcer himself. I don't think Cinetic is bad, and will he improve? Absolutely. There's no doubt in my mind about that, but there just needs to be those few changes and adjustments to, you know, make things a little bit more quality. For now, I'm going to have to give him a 7 out of 10. Definitely go and check him out. And up last, we have a channel by the name of WhyADuck. WhyADuck? WhyASnake? Fuck you. And WhyADuck WhyADuck joined the wonderful website known as YouTube on September 27th, 2014. And as far as his description goes, he says that he makes commentary videos, he's a leafy copy, and that someone unsubscribed to him so it took away his 80 subs. Hey, at least it looks like he got him back, right? I mean, he's at 81. But going to his videos, we kind of noticed something a little bit interesting. I mean, this doesn't look like what you would expect for a commentary channel. I mean, yeah, he has a video about Run for the Cube, but oh my god, what are those? Are those diss tracks?
Hey, Play, you really need to chill. Forehead in your bed looking like a hill. View money only made a bill. Made a bill.
Jesus Christ, guys, I never thought I'd say this on a mini review, but we've just entered rice gum territory. This is not a drill, okay? This is not a joke. We are in code fucking red right now. We are in rice gum territory. I mean, Jesus Christ, I want to say that it's ironic, but it's not. It's just like 4 of his 13 videos are diss tracks. Are you kidding me? Okay, look, I might be judging a little bit too quickly. It's just that seeing a few diss tracks on a channel immediately, that doesn't paint a very good sign in my head. Besides, his first video isn't a diss track, it's actually a small commentary presidential debate. Okay, let's take a look at it.
The first question was as followed. What will you do about the furry community? Candidate Boba responded with this. I will burn and torture every fucking furry till they die. Candidate File responded with this. I will allow the furries to help us in labor. After their task is done, I would slaughter them.
Yeah, it was just kind of a video based on a fake presidential debate, completely narrated via text-to-speech with just the people's faces bouncing over the candidates. If I had to say anything about it, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, more of just a very bad attempt to be extremely edgy. But overall, not that bad, minus all the times that he forgot to put the faces over or they came on a little bit too late. But let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of his content, you know, avoiding the rest of those, you know, I'm absolutely certain, extremely fire diss tracks.
Hey, Santa, big and fat, diabetes straight on the rap. Put it down, fat fuck. You're fucking sick.
And instead, you know, focus on what his channel description, you know, described him as, a commentary channel. And after going through his channel, the only thing that I found that really suited that department, at least the closest, was this shitpost right here of the Run for the Cube. And even that video was him recording the entire webpage. Not one single cut is made, no editing whatsoever. I mean, in this video, he manually goes down to report it and then proceeds to scroll through the comments, meanwhile filling the dead air of his one voice recording with a lot of ums and yas. That's not even mentioning the constant cursor on the screen. I mean, I get that he called this a shitpost, but I personally know people that spend hours on a single shitpost. This just seems kind of lazy. He also seems to have the issue of, you know, talking extremely quietly while he's doing his videos, so much so that you genuinely cannot hear him a lot of times. Look, I'm not sure if you knew this, but really, I don't think that I should be of the mindset that you have to really work to find out what the person is saying when you're listening to them. Really, I shouldn't have to turn my computer's volume up all the way to hear you. Do you see what I mean by just doing that right there? Please speak up in your videos, or at least turn up the audio levels. And look, I know that he only started to upload on his channel at least a month ago, it looks like right here. But I think it's better he starts changing that a bit sooner rather than later. And here, in case you're curious, you'll see exactly what I mean in his newest video, which is kindly named Happy New Year's.
The way things are going now, and everyone hoping that 2017 will be a lot better, you have to think about the fact that not everything is going to change because a calendar date fucking changed. It's not going to change in my opinion. If it does, I'm going to fucking go walk down the street naked or something. I don't know, I'll even record it, do a face reveal, blah blah blah, if the world gets better. I don't know.
Yeah, there's actually drawn pictures in this one, and it plays out like a slideshow, so I mean, there must have been some editing in this one, but he still makes the very simple mistake of doing the entire voice recording in a single take. And that's not a good thing. I mean, even with a script, that's hard to do a lot of times. Seriously, man, don't be afraid to go back and redo bits of the voiceover if it didn't sound good. Or at least feel free to break it up into a few parts where you record them separately. Look, I'm sorry, man, but there is a lot of stuff that you need to work on your channel. You need to work on your editing. You need to work on your audio. You need to work on your voiceovers. Please work on them, and hopefully one day you will be better than this, but for right now, I am going to have to give WhyADuck a 2 out of 10, avoid them at all cost. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know I haven't uploaded in forever, I do apologize for that, but I am back now. If you liked it, please hit that like button, and if you really liked it, hit that subscribe button. I would love a new addition to the Snake Army. Also remember, if you want to be featured in a future review, all you have to do is leave a comment saying review me down below, and I will just pick them in the next YouTuber review. That's all you have to do. It's just a luck thing. You have to be picked. It's just completely random. I pick a few names and that's it. But yeah, definitely make sure you go and check out the last video that I posted. It was a life story video. And it was actually a life story video on getting my wisdom teeth removed. It was kind of an interesting one. Might as well go ahead and watch it. Also make sure you go follow me on Twitter. And make sure you go and check out any of the people that you thought were interesting in this mini review. All of their links are posted down below in the description, so definitely go check them out, let them know I sent you, and this is Whiplash, signing out.